What's up guys, and welcome back to another Surgical Tech Tips. Today we are going to be talking about universal precautions, and that includes your OR attire that you wear in the OR, scrubs specifically, and the PPE that we wear inside the OR. Not only just scrubbing in, but the things that you have to wear in restricted areas inside the OR. Now, a little history behind that is back in the day, the CDC instated universal precautions. These were basically measures that were put in place to help prevent the transmission of bloodborne pathogens, like HIV, hepatitis, stuff like that. These were put in place to help those employees in the medical field that are exposed to these things. Now, hospitals basically took those universal precautions and instated the use of PPE, personal protective equipment, that we use inside the OR today. As you can see, I am in my street clothes right now, and that's for good reason, and this is why. Now, I don't want to be wearing these types of clothes inside the OR. I wear obviously scrubs, but these are scrubs that are actually laundered by the hospital, and this is in a controlled environment that are laundered by a specific third-party company to help reduce pathogens in the OR. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these on, and we're ready to go. Second part of your OR attire is going to be your shoes. These are my outside shoes. I do not wear these in the OR. If you happen to have to wear these inside the OR, you can always put shoe covers on. I put shoe covers on anyways. You can put shoe covers on, and technically that's okay. But if you're going to be working in the OR 24/7, this is your new home, this is your new place of employment, go ahead and get a second pair of shoes. I use these. These are Dansko clog type shoes. I have a link in the description to these shoes. They're good for standing, and most importantly, they're only for the OR. I keep them here in the hospital at all times, and they never leave the OR or my locker. Now that is actually the entrance to our OR. These double doors, they are locked at all times, and you need a badge to unlock those doors and to open them up. This, going through those doors, is considered a semi-restricted area. On this side we have a hallway. This is not restricted. Patients and their families and everybody can walk down these hallways. There's ICUs and stuff down that way. But once they come up to this door is a semi-restricted area, and they will not be able to go in there. And in fact, nobody is allowed to go in there with street clothes. You have to actually go into our locker rooms, put your scrubs on, and go through that door. Now, coming in through these double doors into the semi-restricted area, you'll notice that we have a red line on the floor, and we actually have those same red lines on all entrances of our OR. This red line indicates the restricted area. The fully 100% restricted area. That means I'm going to need to put on a hat, I'm going to need to put on booties to be able to walk back that way. Now, we always have a big choice of hats, right before these big red lines, these restricted areas. You can either wear the skull cap, which is something that you see a lot of surgeons wear. A lot of men like to wear these because they don't have a lot of hair like women do. You can wear the bonnet, which is actually what I usually end up wearing. I just like it. It's more comfortable. Or if you have a big beard, you've got to wear this bad boy. This is the hood, and you wrap it around your beard and cover all that hair up. This looks pretty ridiculous on your head, but it's got to cover up that hair. Everything, all that hair has got to be covered up before you enter that restricted area. As far as shoe covers go, you got a couple different choices too. You have the normal shoe cover, which is basically just a small shoe cover to cover your shoe. Sometimes when you know you're going to be in a really nasty case, a lot of saline or bodily fluids flying around and getting all over your scrub pants, this is the booty for you. This basically goes all the way up your calf and saves, you know, that lower leg from any splashing. Now you've seen this scene before. We're right outside the OR room, and if there is a sterile environment in this OR room, you need to go up here, grab a mask before you enter that room. If there's a patient already in that room, one of the first things you do when you enter the room, you put some gloves on, some non-sterile gloves to help the nurse out with positioning or anything really with the patient before the case starts. Now when your case is fully set up, patient is getting prepped and ready to go, and you're scrubbing in, always remember to wear your eyewear. My hospital has a few different options. We have some disposable frames here with lenses that you can change out. You've got the big fluid shield that you can put on your face. You can always wear the mask that includes a shield built into the mask. But for me personally, this is, you know, my livelihood, so you might as well just invest in some safety glasses yourself. They're much more comfortable. I bought these off of Amazon. They were only like $5 or $6. I got a link for those in the description. It's just easier to use. I could just pop it on my head. I can clean them myself with alcohol wipes. It's just easier to use. Our final form of PPE is something that not a lot of people realize is actually PPE, and that is your X-ray shield, your X-ray gown. This thing, as well as the thyroid shield, will cover the vulnerable parts of your body that you do not want to be exposed by radiation. When you know you're in a case and you're going to be using the C-arm X-ray, you have got to use this and your thyroid shield. You do not want to be exposed to radiation, especially since you are going to be right at the field and you're going to be within a couple feet, if not less, than that C-arm. That shoots off a lot of radiation, and you do not want to be exposed to that. You know, also when you think about it, when you're scrubbing into your sterile environment, that surgical gown that you're putting on is PPE. Those sterile gloves that you're putting on are PPE. All of these things are there to keep bodily fluids, blood, potential bloodborne pathogens away from you. All right. So we've gone over all of these universal precautions, this PPE, the OR attire, the scrubs, the hat, the glasses, gloves. All that stuff is put in place to save the employee, to save those people that are coming into the OR to help these patients. And conversely, it's also helping the patients, because the hospitals put these things in place to help reduce the amount of pathogens that are coming in and out of the OR. We want as close to a perfectly sterile environment as humanly possible. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. Commenting, sharing, liking the video. I truly appreciate it. It's really great to see that so many teachers out there actually like some of the videos and share some of the videos with their classes. I appreciate that, and it's great to hear and it's great to see. So I'll see you guys again.